divide the two countries. Politics can divide them to the extent of other issues happening. But then, for the countries, business and trade and investment brings them together so that at the final analysis, they can be strong blocks. So the shortest way to get to peace, to ensure that peace is showed, and but we will strengthen the relationship, has to go through trade and business. If you look at the European Union, everybody knows that the biggest fights in the world, known as the World Wars, started in the European countries. And the two countries who highlighted this, who spearheaded this, are the ones who put in place the European Union. And the underpinning factor is trade of coal and other sources of energy. So therefore, talking about culture, what brings together closer, you talk about trade and all issues relating to economies and investment. Even the languages that we speak, there is always what will spearhead the languages. I mean, it also goes with trade and business. So our meeting here today in two countries which in final analysis are one, to talk about economy, to talk about trade, and also to talk about investments, which is the backbone of the economy and trade. So in view of the above, I believe that this is significant. So this is why we hosted the second edition here to showcasing such meetings. This is the second edition of the forum. It's commendable. This edition has as its theme harmonizing of friendlier business environment. All that we are doing, all that we are doing that underpins trade, economy, and investment, that we have to harmonize this between the Gambia and Senegal. This, in the final analysis, if you look at it from a global perspective, as African and Pan-African, we have to talk about African Union first. You know, the African Union is vast. The idea is to bring together all the African countries in a big space, more than 30 million square kilometers. The heads of states have deemed it necessary to harmonize all issues relating that would enable Africa to be a single market. This is why the AFCTFA, all African countries with the exception of one. Now, we and the Gambia, we all are part and parcel of ECOWAS. ECOWAS, these bring together countries in the western part of Africa. This also is a 6 million square kilometer space. For the time being, and currently, we have 17 countries who have decided to set up an integrated zone, a single market, so that any things that relating all the obstacles should be overtaken. We even talked about creating a common external tariff, mainly to harmonize all issues relating to customs when it comes to goods coming from other areas into our zone. Furthermore, we have participated in other fora, because not long ago I came here to attend the OMVG meeting. These are countries that share common heritage, because God brings together people sometimes by force. Well, people say you cannot choose your relatives, but then when it talks about state, you cannot choose your neighbor. But sometimes God brings you together so that you can manage the affairs. So, for example, the lands, the rivers, the Casamance River, the Gambia River, it's our heritage between Senegal and the Gambia. And this is why Senegal and Gambia met at that time, see how they can come up with a charter to see how together we can smoothly manage the Gambia River. Thereafter, Guinea-Bissau and Conakry joined the OMVG. But if you look at the status, it is Senegal and the Gambia who established the OMVG. So Vice President and the President, Mr. Barrow, we should look at the texts, because these texts have been signed a long time ago. Furthermore, this is, I've talked about a broader aspect, AU, ECOWAS, but then we have a bilateral institution, the Secretariat between the Gambia and Senegal. As God will wish, in 2000, from 2011 to date, namely 13 years now, the permanent secretariat never met with a view to looking at what can be done and to smooth it so that we'll be able to all benefit from it. So today, our meeting here in Banjul, within that framework, we would like to thank God, but then we would have to commend the two heads of state, President Adama Barrow and President Bassirou Diomaye Faye. But then, please allow me to congratulate also the Vice President, because he was the one who mooted the initiative. He sat with us and said we would like to come to Dakar on a working visit. This took 2 days, and during those 2 days, we discussed about this matter. President Adama Barrow was duly informed, and that before the end of the year, let us try and bring together the community to relaunch the ideas that are beneficial to both of us. So, today's meeting is part and parcel of the Trade Investment Forum. So, I would like to congratulate the Gambian authorities. I would like to congratulate the conveners, APIX and JIPA. And also, I would like to congratulate the diplomatic representatives and the two private sectors of both the Gambia and Senegal. My dear brothers and sisters, I just said that these two countries are one and the same. So, dealing on trade and business should be between since 2001, when it was initiated with 80,000 CFA francs, that is to say, trade between the two countries. And 2023, we are talking about 117 billion. There has been a lot of evolution. And it should be stated that this figure should have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $billions. And this should be multiplied by 10 or by 5. This is our ambition now. In the years to come, if we meet again now towards the next 3 years, the 117 billion in terms of commercial trade, we hope that this would attain $500 million. At that time,
li nga xam ne moom la Gambia war a jëriñ Sénégal, Sénégal war koo jëriñ Gambia.
We will be
ñaari réew yi
concentrating on mutual benefits
and
statistics and data have shown this. And this can be done in all fields. We have talked about agriculture here, but then we have infrastructure, we have energy, we have talked a lot about energy during the OMVG meeting, is here in both countries. The transport sector, which is indispensable between the Gambia and Senegal. Land transportation, maritime transportation, because we all have one coast, and then river transportation, but also air transportation. All these above sectors should be developed. When it comes to tourism, and when it comes to the digital economy, the industrial sector, the oil sector today, oil products, the way we have seen it in Senegal, the availability of oil products in Senegal should be the same as in Senegal, because it's the same basin. Maybe it's the prospective platform which is different, but then from the north to the south, you will find oil products. Now, when it comes to fisheries, all the above potential sectors, and we should be able to enhance them between Senegal and the Gambia. But also,
Directeur Général APIX dafa wax ni,
like in his presentation, the Director General of APIX said the manner in which we enhance the relationship between Banjul and Dakar, because when we came, what we had our heart was that all our policies would be taught from our capital. But then if you want to develop the country, everywhere you go in the country, you have to have the same level of development. So Senegal, Dakar is not, Senegal does not stop at Dakar. So consequently, our transformation program to 2050, Senegal will be divided into hubs, 8 hubs. And these hubs, each of them should be a cradle of development, so that the way we think about it, the way we showcase it, would not mean somebody staying in Dakar and seeing things from the prism of Dakar, but they should take into account the realities of that hub. So we believe that the poles or the hubs, the border hubs, if you take, for example, the Gambia, it has a border with the central hub that is between the region of Kaolack, Kaffrine, and Fatick. This is on the northern part. But then Gambia also has a frontier with the southern hub, that is Ziguinchor, Kolda, and Sédhiou. We believe that if we want to talk about development amongst our two countries, it should not only be between the capital, Banjul, and Dakar, but it should happen concretely on the ground. So those poles, those hubs, how can they work with the Gambia on the border areas? It is part of our agenda. We have to have cross-border economic zones, which would be managed by both countries. These would be economic zones that first and foremost would bring together the national private sector, but also would bring foreign investment. And there are rules that govern these hubs, and this would be a win-win partnership. So let us work in that spirit, and whatever we do, each country should find benefits in it. So this is why we are saying that the second edition of this Trade and Investment Forum that we are convening here today is just an extension of what we have done. But then we would like to place particular emphasis. The world is not waiting for us. Africa should know where our backwardness is. And we have what others have been doing in one day. We Africans, we want to do in 2 months. This explains why we are behind. Cooperation should be done on a day-to-day basis, not only from one summit to the other. This is the crux of the matter. This is why the secretariat, permanent secretariat headquarters in East Gambia, and each country will appoint their representative. And God willing, we will infuse more dynamism into the secretariat. We will give it the necessary wherewithal so that it will play its rightful role, the role of liaison, facilitation, and fast-tracking of relationship between the 2 countries. So we are happy, we commend that for some months, it has, if the cooperation between the 2 countries has been rekindled, because in last July, we convened 2 important meetings. The session of the trade committee, we met, but then most especially, it is the second bilateral meeting between the 2 countries, and attended by the 2 custom administrations, and they have taken fruitful decisions to enhance the investment and business relationship between the 2 countries. So, Mr. Vice President, their invitees, when we leave, we are here. We are here to showcase our relationship and also the international relationship. Our priority is Africa before else. And within Africa, our priority is the sub-region. But then within the sub-region, our priority would be our immediate neighbors. Because Senegal cannot go and live behind Senegal, neither can the Gambia go without leaving Senegal. Now, I cannot conclude without thanking His Excellency President Adama Barrow for the welcome, but I would also like to congratulate His Excellency Mr. Barrow, because the summit we had not long ago here, without his leadership, we would not have attained the result. So on behalf of President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, we would like to congratulate President Barrow. But please allow me to congratulate the Lord Mayor of Banjul, my friend, my sister, for her welcome. I would like to express my satisfaction for the personal relationship, because it is good that she is here. She is the one who is welcoming us here. So we thank you, we greet you, and in your respective works, we would like to wish you all the success. May God give us more. Senegal and the Gambia are one and the same. Nothing can divide the 2 countries. Long live Senegal, long live the Republic of the Gambia.